I'm surprised you didn't ask that, Impaler. Okay.
Well, I'm not so interested in the court action.
You're not in the court action. We're not.
Did he sign that it's not his
Yes, he did. Yeah. Formal education, you'll make a living. Self-education, you make a fortune. That's what we're talking about. H. Greenberg, the former friend of mine, not former friend, a friend of mine, former chairman of Bear Stearns, he said, well, we want to hire PhDs, which is poor, smart, and with a deep desire to become rich. You know, that's what we want, PhDs.
Question is how rich is for somebody from a poor background. It can vary immensely.
Yes, it can. Okay. How much money do you think is being... Oh, no, before... Write on a piece of paper in front of you. Take a piece of paper in front of you and write how much money you think is being rich for you. For you.
I'm rich.
Yeah, I know. How much money to you is rich? You know, 50,000 euros, 5 billion euros, 100 million euros, whatever. And Pena, what are we waiting for?
What then? Okay, I'm gonna collect a piece of paper, so. Can you write your name as well?
Yeah, write your name.
Can I have a piece of paper, please?
Okay.
How much?
Okay. 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 Before I 1 billion from 1. Is that a 7 or a fucking 1? Is that 7 or a 1?
It's a 1.
It's a 1. That's a fucking 1. Looks like a limp dick. Okay. Okay, 1.
1 what?
No, 1 billion. That's a billion, right?
It's a trillion, yeah.
Okay. Is that Michael?
Yeah.
Is that, what's that say? 5 million? Okay. The Impaler, 1 billion. Bjorn, 1 billion. Less
100 million, but at least 10 million in liquid.
Okay, 100 million and less at least 10 million clean liquid. That's 500,000, right?
500 million.
Byron. No.
That's beyond. That's my one.
Oh, then
500 million.
yours was a billion.
Yeah.
Okay, 500 million. Okay, so we got 5 million to a billion. Okay. Now, let's start with the billionaire guys. Do you know personally any billionaires? Have you? You know? Do you talk?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, I talk.
Okay. Shoot the shit with. You know.
I know 3.
Okay. I'm asking. You didn't answer the. I'm only asking the billionaire guys. The one that billionaire. Okay. 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 So you know a billionaire. You talk to him. Do you know a billionaire? No, you're 500 million, right? Okay.
I've seen Mr. Trump.
I know you've seen. I've seen the Queen of England.
Like his distance.
Okay, but have you talked to him?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. The guy, 5 million. You know somebody with 5 million?
No.
Yeah, you do. Yes. Do you know somebody with $5 million? 5 million euros?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's not too hard. 5 million euros. Okay. And so one of you you're 500 million, 500,000.
500 million.
500 million, excuse me. Do you know anybody, I mean, that you talk to that's got 500 million euros?
300 million counts, then yes.
Well, 300 million doesn't count. 500 million counts,
No.
okay? Okay. And you know people with 100 million. And because if you know people with a billion, you know people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have the guys that know the billionaires, have anybody discussed a deal with a billionaire? Doing a deal?
I discussed becoming his mentee.
Mentee, okay. That's not doing a deal, but that's okay. That's
Okay.
okay.
I've done 2 transactions, and I've discussed the third transaction which did not go through.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's a big deal. There's a huge quantum leap
Stefan's closer because he's done business with him. But there's a huge quantum leap between writing the money down on a piece of paper and becoming it, one, and two, the understanding what it takes and the commitment to be a billionaire in this case, and actually being a billionaire. Ken Langone is a billionaire who's one of the founders of Home Depot, and I have a mutual friend named Bob Donato, and we were at a dinner about a year ago. And I'm sitting at the table with Ken Langone, and Ken Langone has donated hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they've got hospitals and bridges and shit named after him. He's exactly 10 years older than I am. And we're sitting there, and I'm talking to him. We're at the Bel Air Country Club. And he said, I hear Bob tells me you moved to the Philippines. I go, yeah, I live in Manila. I really like it. I'm trying to cut back a little. I'm spending less time working. And he goes, why? And I said, oh, I haven't found any excitement. This is before I decided to go to China. This was October 2008. And he said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I can still get up and I look over my investments, etc. And he said, I'm 74 years old, or 73, I guess he was then. 73 years old. I still work 70, 80 hours a week. I still travel 10. Of course, he's got his own plane. He travels $15,000, $20,000 miles a month. I overlook my 3 trusts and the hospital and the various other things. Plus, I'm still a board member of Home Depot. And he says, why in the fuck do you want to cut back? Cut back and it'll kill you, Dan. It'll kill you. And then at the charity auction that next night we all went to, and we were donating money for ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, when your immune system and your muscles and everything all stop working. And I paid $6,000 for a pair of sunglasses, design sunglasses. Sally wound up not wanting, but anyway. Plus, I bought a bunch of other shit. And and he stands up, and he said, and they say I'm crazy. And they said, I would no more pay $600 for a pair of sunglasses than $6,000. And plus he wants to retire. And it really got me thinking. And I didn't say I was retiring. I said I was cutting back. And so interfacing with guys that have $1 billion, unless they inherited it, and there's a lot of billionaires that inherited it, and I don't know if some of the billionaires that you guys have talked to or seen inherited it. Donald Trump made most of his money, although he started, I believe, with $20 million, which is a nice start in life. 35, 40 years ago when he had it. There's a huge quantum difference in understanding what it takes to make and to spend. Stefan's goal for $100 million and $10 million liquid is more realistic, especially since he has dealt in $1 million transactions, and I don't think I'm giving away any information because it's probably public information because of the public company you're involved with in Switzerland, which is a $1 billion fund, €1 billion fund. And so he understands, he's more in line or in tune with the thinking of what it takes to make that kind of money, and that's maybe why his goals, I won't say are more realistic, are more pragmatic. Because for you to go out and you say you want to make $1 billion or $500 million, and then you get 2 or 3 years into this and you've made $500,000 or $1 million, it's easy to get disappointed. And one of the things that you need to do is, how are you going to make the $1 billion? How are you going to make the $500 million? And because if you have a real plan, I had a plan how to make it, and mine wasn't as concrete as make it $2 billion. I wanted to run a $2 billion company. I had a concrete plan. I had a plan. I had a roadmap. And unless you have a roadmap, how are you going to make $500 million? You're going to make $1 billion. The odds of you making $500 million or $1 billion aren't absolute zero, but they're pretty close to being zero, because it's just like the wishing and hoping slide that we had. God love my mother, wishing, hoping, and praying. I should change that and say wishing, hoping, and praying. But I left the praying. And I went a lightning bolt to come down and hit me in the head. Especially since I'm carrying Mother Teresa's little card around with her little piece of her habit. And so I mean, part of what when you leave here, you got to put a plan together. You know, with no timelines, but a plan. Okay, I want to make. Now, curiously enough, I wanted to make $50 million. I wanted to do $50 million my first year in business. And, you know, I did $50,540,000. What if I had put $500 million? You know, maybe I would have gotten 10 more contracts with the federal government. But I sat back on my laurels after, because I knew $50 million in 1982 for your first year in business with no employees was pretty fucking impressive. It's still fucking impressive today, okay? And even I, who had set high goals, 30 years on, they were too low. But I had a plan how to get there. Not just $1 billion, you know, from scamsters on the internet or whatever, or swindling old ladies in Kaiserslautern or whatever. And so you got to put, and what I want you to do between now and Friday night is how are you going to do that money? What are you going to do? What do you have to do other than marry it? Which I don't have. You know, I don't have any trouble marrying $1 billion at my age. Sally doesn't have $1 billion, but she's got a lot of money, so I don't have any trouble with that. But other than marry it, you know, how are you going to get the money? Where's it going to come from?
Correct, man, because you ask how much money is rich, and I answer that question, not what's your goal you want to accomplish.
Okay, but see, I understand. See, this is a German excuse. Okay. Well then, what if I said how much money is poor?
No, I want to. My goal is much more than 500 million.
Okay, well fine. We'll let you change yours. It's all right. How much money is rich? If how much money is rich. And how much money? If you want to adjust the number, fine. You adjust the number. You adjust the number. If you want to be German and you want to adjust the number and you want to do a spreadsheet, and I don't want a fucking spreadsheet. All I want 10 points. How are you going to make whatever the amount of money is? 10 points. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it?
I know.
Well, don't tell me. I said you fucking by Friday night, you put it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, but I know already.
Okay, well fine. You write it down and you print it out, you ask someone to print the fucker out.
But I don't have the business plan.
It's not a business plan. It's 10 fucking points. 10. For the Germans, we'll make it 20 points. For everybody that has German blood in them, you can make it 20 points. If you got no fucking German blood. Okay, now, our Bavarians are smarter, right, supposedly? You know? Okay.
They're close.
What?
They should have given Bavaria to the Polish people, not Russia.
Yeah. I'm gonna send these tapes to Kleinfeld. And when he says to me, he emails me back, who is you? He's an ex-Siemens guy. He'll fucking die. He says, where? And I said, Miss Klaas, you're gone from Siemens now. He says, where was he? What division? You know, was he in healthcare? I think he was in automotive bullshit. I don't know what he was in. And he said, but I told you my favorite Siemens employee is the guy that ate, the homosexual that ate alive. He fucking ate him alive. He didn't kill him off. He ate him alive and then cooked him in front of the guy and ate him in front of him while I was watching. There's a lot of weird people out there, believe me. And we've seen a lot of them sit, not in this room, but in the castle, but we've seen a lot of weird people in this goddamn thing. And whenever I think I've seen the most weird, I have another seminar and then I'm just, I just can't believe it. That people are walking around the earth. You know, like when you see these movies about the Walking Dead, the zombie, they're alive and well in Frankfurt. I mean, It's unbelievable.
Maybe you can send some regards to Klaus, because I tried the same way to be my mentor, to ask him whether.
Oh, you did? While he was at Alcoa or Siemens?
At Alcoa, I spoke to his assistant.
Which assistant?
From him.
Oh no, but he's got three. Which one?
I don't know if that was a girl or a woman.
Well, there's three women. Okay, you probably got through the junior one.
I can. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I wrote her an email. I can give you.
Okay, and did she have a German accent?
Sorry.
Did she have a German accent?
Oh, I can't recall.
Okay. We got one German.
I think she spoke because we made a lot of fun. I think she was very American.
Okay.
I can.
Well, I don't know if he still had, but I was teasing him because
he didn't call back.
he didn't call back.
No answer. No.
Okay,
answer.
well, I called him recently, and I got a voicemail from a girl, and so then I called the other number I had, and I said, I guess Stephanie, whatever her name is. Oh no, Stephanie left Alcoa a year ago. I said, well, why are you still, a number that I've got for Klaus's private number, it's still got some bimbo that's not there anymore. Well, this is not possible. I said, here, 212, and I give him you fucking dial it. You see who you get. And of course, she never called back. But, because it was, yeah, he's got three assistants. He's got three. And, it's, yeah. But Klaus, if he took the time to be somebody's mentor, he's great. He's working with Derek. He's helping him, mentor him a little, as are a couple other of my mentees, but Derek says, Dad, are you as tough on these guys as you are on me? Well, when you ask them, Derek, what do they say? They say, yeah, your father's very hard. I'm afraid to have lunch with them. I'm afraid, and they are. Klaus included. I'm afraid to have dinner with him. When Dan pulls out his notes, it sends a shiver up my back. Because when you tell me something, Stefan, or you, Robert, you better fucking do it. I don't care if you're fucking Klaus Kleinfeld, CEO of Siemens, or whoever the fuck you are. You better fucking do it.
I did the plan.
What?
I did the plan.
Okay, fine. Well, don't show me right now. Don't show me fucking right now. Anyway, and so when I pull out and sometimes I come with a whole file because I got the backup emails and all the references. When they said, "Well, I don't remember saying that," and I go, Okay, as I was saying, point 3. But yes, because another guy named Andrew Reed, who's an Olympian guy from Toronto, excuse me, and he said your father's extremely hard. There are no excuses with your father. He says, "Yep, well that's about same with me." So he treats, as Klaus would say, he treats everybody the same, like shit. And I do. I'm the same with everybody, whether you're my own flesh and blood or you're the CEO of Siemens. And as the Germans will probably know, the CEO of Siemens nobody tells him anything wrong. He's got so many yes men sucking his ass. He doesn't need sex with Birgit, his lovely wife, because everybody got their head up his ass, telling him, "Oh, hair doctor, so smart, what a brilliant idea." It's unbelievable. And that's why so many things go wrong in these big companies, because everybody's bucking for promotion. And you can't tell Von Peer or Kleinfeld or any of these guys that they're fucking crazy. We're trying to build an elite team. We will build an elite team, and that's what you're going to be. You're going to be trained assassins with your directors. Trained assassins, and assassins don't leave any prisoners. The boss drives his men, the leader coaches them. The boss depends on authority, the leader on goodwill. The boss inspires fear, the leader inspires enthusiasm. The boss fixes the blame, the leader fixes the breakdown. The boss says go, the leader says we go. Let's go. 7 words that you lose from your vocabulary. This is the way we do it here. That dog doesn't hunt anymore. It's not, this is the way we do it here. What do you think? Some people are so good that nothing a leader can do will make them better. Others are so incorrigible that nothing can be done to improve them. But the great bulk of the people will go with the moral tide of the moment. The leader must help create that tide. most people will go with the flow. Even a German board, they will go with the flow. With moral authority, strong. You saw it. I hate to keep going back to your heritage, your legacy. Legacy wishes everybody wishes it never happened, but it did. So you obviously went with the flow. You went with the flow. To be a leader, you have to have followers. Leadership and selling your dream. My task is to get grown men and women to do what they don't want to do so they can be what they want to be. My goal is to get you what you don't do normally in your comfort zone, so you can be what you want to be, so you can have what you want to have, so you can have the choices you want to have. But it's not easy because inherently you don't want to do it. It's not in your comfort zone. It's like going in. Who's the big the two Russian brothers that are world champion?
Klitschko.
Yeah, one has one belt and the other one's got two other belts. Yeah, it's like back in the old days, when Mike Tyson was at his prime. People used to say, "Would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for 20 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million?" And 20 years ago, I was 20 years ago. Yeah, sure, I'll get in the ring with him for 10 million. Fucking right, I would. And but most people wouldn't. And I've seen him fight. And I've said that even after that. Now, at 64, I wouldn't get it. Well, of course, now he's 44. So I'm not, so it's and he's got a big pot belly now. And Tyson was a great athlete. But my comfort zone is I'm a big, strong guy. I'm trained well. So, how bad can I get hurt in one round, And so I would do, but my comfort zone is different than your comfort zone. And in a transaction, in a business deal, it's just like, I've represented myself in court 3 times. I fired my lawyers, represented myself 3 times, and I've won all 3. Twice in front of judges and once in front of a jury. I was so pissed off, I said, "You're fucking sacked." And the judge more than once said, "Mr. Pena, you realize," and they go through all the shit about now you're not supposed to, I'm aware of this. And in a couple of cases, I made the QC, Queen's Counsel, look stupid. I had a senior guy from the University of Edinburgh Law School, a 3rd-year law student, come here and do all the research. He had 2 guys doing it, and I was prepared, and I get up there. Well, the recent case of and it was great fun. I'm sure I would have been a great litigator. Not many people, and I didn't do it because I didn't have the money to do it. I did it because I wanted to make a point, because they weren't being aggressive enough. Because the legal community up in Scotland is very close. Everybody's nice to everybody. Nobody wants to piss anybody else off. Well, I don't give a fuck, so I'm happy to piss them off. And so, but it's about the comfort zone. So I'm comfortable in almost any kind of situation. But I've got to get you to do things you don't want to do so you can be what you want to be. I'm not going to teach you about leadership, but guide you based on my own experience. Leadership is like gravity. We all know it's there, but we don't know how to define it. This is a great line. At Parris Island, the Marine Corps, the title is Upper Mobility, How to Succeed in Business Without Losing Your Soul. At Parris Island, the Marine training camp officers and NCOs adapted the affection of carrying a swagger stick everywhere they went. Then the island got a new commandant, a general named David Sheep. He was already legendary, a Medal of Honor winner for heroism at the Battle of Tarawa, and a man who reputed to write poetry in his spare time. With nothing left to prove, the general's style was adamantly utilitarian. From the minute he came on board, it was conspicuously obvious that the new top man did not carry a swagger stick. A few days after he had made his first inspection tour of the island, the following memo was passed on the bulletin boards of all units from the commanding general regarding swagger sticks. If you need one, carry one. Now, does everybody understand? If you need one, carry one.
What is a swagger stick?
German officers.
Okay.
So if you need one, carry one. These are decorative. Nobody uses them anymore. So what the general is saying, if you need one, in other words, if you need to beat your subordinates, carry one. So he's been insulting. He's insulting the other officers and the NCOs. You shouldn't need a fucking swagger stick. You command from the top because of your rank, not because of your swagger stick. I gotta get a book of fucking definitions here. Anyway, if you need one, carry one. He's insulting everybody. Just like I've been trying to insult the Germans without that much effectiveness. Okay. The next day, not a swagger stick was to be seen on Paris Island. If you go there now, almost 30 years later, you won't find one. I've never forgot the succinct brilliance of the memo, which achieved its desired effect totally, instantly, and elegantly. In 6 words, the general had his way with an ironic twist that made the direct order superfluous. If you need one, carry one. Whatever leadership is, there is a price of leadership and a cost of conviction. You will pay a price. Your price of leadership is that you are going to have to lead from the front. You will have to convince people of your dream. And the way that you convince your people of your dream is, we've already talked ad nauseum about bringing on anchor chairman. But is leadership an art or a science? It's really both. What is the sum total of all thoughts you have about yourself? You are a good leader or a poor leader now, based on your own self-confidence, your own self-esteem, what you think about yourself. Most of you don't have such good leadership skills because you don't really lead your business. Okay? You lead your business, your practice, whatever, by the line of authority because you write the checks. That's not the way you lead. I often ask the question, and you don't answer out loud, just answer to yourself. If you couldn't pay your people, you had a cash flow problem. You couldn't pay your people. Couldn't pay your programmers, couldn't pay you, fucking whoever you got, whoever you paid. How long would they stay with you? 1 week? 1 month? 1 quarter? 6 months? A year? When you tell them that you can't pay, would they even stay the day? I know the answer. You'd be lonely fuckers sitting there. Tell your bank, I can't make the interest payments for a year. Or worse yet, I can't make the capital or principal payment. How long will it take before they foreclose?
That depends.
It always depends.
Whether they want to manage the assets.
Yeah, that's exactly, it always depends. In most cases, your employees would leave. And they would use the excuse, well, I've got to feed my family, I got to do this, I got to do that. Which is some partially true, but mostly bullshit. If they want to stay, I've had people work for me for 6 months for nothing. With no promise of me ever winning and being able to pay them again. And they're not staying there because they love me. Well, they said they love me because, they say I'm hard not to love because I'm such a beast. But